The role of Kelly Capwell Conrad is now being played by Kimberly MacArthur.
I'm sorry for not being by to see you before, but I'm not supposed to be here now, you know. But I missed you. God, baby, you gotta get better. I got so much I gotta tell you.
I think you and I need to have a talk. How's she doing? Has there been any change?
Yeah, well, I really wouldn't know. I don't have access to that kind of privileged information. You'll have to ask the family.
Well, why don't we do this outside?
What's this all about?
I'm just trying to figure out who put her in that bed.
Well, so why are you coming to me?
Well, I'm talking to everybody who was at the party that night. Did you hear that they arrested Jeffrey for doing that?
Yeah, that whole thing stinks. Ted told me.
So you don't think he did it?
Hell no, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, has Tim got any kind of evidence?
Well, not too much.
Any suspects lined up?
DJ, how long have you been in love with Kelly?
Look, Cruz, I don't gotta answer that kind of stuff, all right?
So you're not denying it?
What the hell difference does it make?
That's a good question. Why don't you tell me?
Not that long. I tried to deny the feelings, but I couldn't do it.
Does Jeffrey know?
No.
Did you think Kelly was going to leave him for you?
No.
So did she know about the way you felt?
Where's this all going, man? Huh? Hey, my God, with me? Come on, man.
Yeah, well, I gotta cover all the angles, you know.
Well, you're looking in the wrong place, man. I would die first before anything happened to her. No way, you gotta believe that.
Dr. McLaughlin, Dr. Jack McLaughlin.
Well, this is a hell of a deal, isn't it? Thank you for your time.
Look, is that it?
Unless there's anything else.
No. Nothing else.
What would we do with $1 million?
Come again?
Honey, I know what you want to do. You want to move to another town. You want to go to some place where people don't know us, where people won't run us out of town on the morning rail.
That's right. I don't want to buy some mansion on a hill here. No, I want to go someplace else. With $1 million, we could probably put a down payment on a little town somewhere. We'll never be able to one-up C.C. Capwell. So let's just get out of here. Let's go someplace else where we can be king and queen of the mountain, you and me and Brandon. And you can give up this silly, thankless job.
Silly, thankless? I love this job.
What?
The only job I would rather have is Ed Meese's job. And the way things are going at the Capitol, I may have a shot at it. You know what I mean?
Don't you ever knock?
I want to get Jeffrey Conrad out of here right now. What do you say?
You want me to set him free? Why would I do that?
Well, let's see. It was ill-advised to have busted him in the first place. You got the wrong guy, and you realize at this time you had a dream last night that it would be beneath you to let the real perpetrator run free because of this standard issue vendetta you have against the Capwells.
You
know, I'm getting tired of your self-righteous accusations.
Me too. So why don't you prove me wrong?
You know, if you have something that can clear Jeffrey, you're legally bound to turn it over to this office.
Well, I have nothing that would stand up in court.
Let me be the judge of that.
I got an anonymous phone call from someone implicating T.J. Daniels, although I don't think that's who really did it.
Then who is?
Well, I think it's whoever's tried to set him up with the phone call.
Interesting, but still a theory.
You got something better? Let him out, Keith.
All right. Okay. I'll reopen the investigation.
Incredibly wise of you. Thank you very much.
Hold it, Castillo. Listen, if you do turn anything up, you got to turn it over to me. It's law.
You make that a two-way street and I'll do it.
You and me. And they say politics makes strange bedfellows.
Oh, Keith, I take back all the rotten, filthy, awful things I was thinking about you. I knew you wouldn't let me down.
What are you talking about?
Well, this means we're going to get the money, right?
I haven't made a decision on that yet.
Why not?
It's this little tidbit about TJ. It's pretty interesting. I think I want to find out what Pamela's up to.
Tell me I'm getting out of here.
I'm working on it.
How long since you spoke to the hospital?
I just came from there.
Did you see her?
For a moment. I'm sorry to say there's been no change.
Oh, I gotta get out of here, Cruz. I gotta get out of here.
Maybe by this afternoon. I think Timmons is finally seeing the light. He's agreed to reopen the investigation, check out some other leads.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, it looks like wonders will never cease. My mother was actually telling the truth.
What does Pamela have to do with anything?
Well, Timmons must have believed the story about T.J. Daniels.
I'm gonna cry. Oh.
But it's all right there. You can count it if you want to. $500,000 in cash.
Now tell me who the suspect is that Jeffrey's been warming the bench for.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say anything until you say we have a deal.
A deal? Of course we have a deal. Tell her we have a deal. Keith, stop wasting time. Call up right now and get Jeffrey released. Now!
Get Cruz Castillo up here. I think he's still in the building.
What in heaven's name do you want with Cruz Castillo?
That's simple, darling. I want a witness here when you tell me who really tried to kill Kelly Conrad.
Then I took the margarita glass, and I was about to leave. And then TJ said, make sure you give that one to Jeffrey.
Why didn't TJ serve it himself?
Well, you know, I didn't think anything out of it at the time, and then I must have realized that he thought if anything went wrong, my fingerprints would be the only fingerprints on the glass. And of course, there was just by sheer chance that poor Kelly got the glass instead of my son.
And why did you wait so long to come forward with this information?
Oh, because I was only just able to put it all together myself. You know, I last night, I think it was. I made the connection last night, but it's obvious.
What would TJ's motive be to hurt Jeffrey?
Oh, well, TJ was in love with Kelly. Because I have no way of knowing whether she ever returned those feelings or not. But he must have wanted Jeffrey out of the way bad enough to do something like this, of course. And the rest you know.
Well, I'm satisfied. I'm bringing Mr. Daniels for questioning.
What about Jeffrey?
As far as I'm concerned, he's a free man. I'll call down and have him released.
Well, am I free to go?
Yeah, listen, though, as soon as you get out, I'm going to have this thing typed out, and you come back and sign it. You think about anything, remember anything else, change your mind.
No. All I'm interested in is getting my son out of here, back home with me where he belongs. Thank you, gentlemen.
Well, you're looking sour. Don't you believe it?
No, something is wrong with that, don't you think? Don't you smell that something is wrong with that?
Give me a freaking break. TJ's the best suspect we have.
Do me a freaking favor. Before you bring him in, get a warrant and search his place and the lair.
What the freak am I looking for, my friend?
I don't know, but I'm sure you will when you find it. Nah.
Hey, I expected you back, but not this soon.
Yeah, well, things have developed further since we talked this morning.
Well, you still trying to make some connections to what happened to Kelly and me?
Somebody already did that for me, TJ. I think you better tell me everything you remember from that night.
Of course, I've told you everything I know.
Uh-huh. Accusations have been made against you.
What kind of accusations? Who? Hey, never mind, I already know.
Why don't we start over? From the beginning?